So now, these are the first set of questions we will solve. Now, as a quick reminder, these things are simple, it's something you can do. As a quick reminder, you need to know this diagram and know this diagram. I know it and I want you to know it. So from this diagram, you'll be able to sort out most of these questions and get the answer at quick. Okay, so if you are watching us for the first time, please do well to subscribe and share with your friends and family. Invite more to this channel as we continue our math journey, because math is a journey. It's not a one-day business as such. As life continues, you need to also continue studying. Okay. So for number one solution, you use this diagram as well. From that, you get some relevant information. So sine 45. Now sine is opposite. This is the opposite. This is this. So it's 1 over 2. And don't forget that as a matter of rationalizing the denominator has to be rationalized. This now will be just like saying 2 times 1 all over 2 times 2. Everything has to be revised together. So here will be 2. So this becomes the automatic answer. So for sine. So for as a learner, as a beginner, where necessary you can memorize this, but it's better you know how to solve it, and then better than memorizing it, because if you forget, that is the worst part. So for sine 30 degrees, following this diagram, sine is what? Opposite. SOHCAHTOA is also relevant at this point. Please note. Now sine, cos here, cos 30, we are talking about cos 30, which this is the opposite. So this serves as the adjacent now, this is the hypotenuse. So we just quickly come here and say root 3 all over 2. So, but that is not what we are asking, only get the values. So if you go back, don't forget that cos is adjacent all over hypotenuse. So this is the adjacent for 30, while this is the opposite for 60. Okay, so here you come back and do a complete answer. You are asked to find sine 45 degree minus cos 30 degree. So here, our sine 45 was root 2 all over 2. Here is what? Here is root 3 all over 2. So, but if you check very well, there is a common denominator which is 2. So you just come back here and say root 2 minus root 3 all over 2. So this is your answer for number 1. Number 2 now. Number 2, you are asked to find, meanwhile, cot, let's revise it together. Cot theta is equals to 1 over tan theta. As such, it means that cot theta is, this thing is cot tangent, but this is the short form of it, cot theta. Now, cot theta means 1 all over, don't forget this, opposite, 1 over divided by opposite all over adjacent. So here is 1 over times adjacent all over opposite. So the reverse of it. So now it means that our diagram for this one, because we are given that cot theta is equals to 8 all over 15. So just come back and draw a sketch. It's just a sketch. Just a sketch. Okay, so is adjacent all over opposite. This is the adjacent. Please don't forget. Call here theta. This is the adjacent, the bottom part, the bump side of it. So x here is opposite. Here is 15. So this all over this. So for you to get this, use Pythagorean theorem. Here is 15 squared plus x squared. 15 squared is 225. So please, some of these things is something you need to know. So L squared is 64. 64 plus 225 plus 225. You have 289. The square root of 289 is what we will do. The square root of 289, which is 17. The square root of 289, 17. So the hypotenuse is 17. You use that to get the other values. So if you are asked to find, at this point, you are asked to find sine theta. Sine theta, which is a sine is opposite, so opposite all over this. So we are talking about 17 all over this. Then we are talking about cos theta, which is equals to cos theta. Cos is this one all over this one, so that's all over 17. So what are we saying in essence? We are saying that sine theta plus cos theta is equals to 15 all over 17 plus 8 all over 17. Don't forget the denominator is 17, 17. This plus this, 15 plus 8. I have my 23 all over 17. So this is your answer. So if you have not subscribed, do well to subscribe so that we can give you more. So we have to move forward. We are done with these two. Leave the questions. If you are done with this, you can then clean. Okay, so next, number 3. Number 3, you are asked to find sine theta and cos theta. Okay, sine theta, cos theta of 210. Okay. Okay, now 210. Don't forget that sine theta of 210 is equivalent to sine all student T cup, all student T cup. In the second quadrant, sign is positive. So, but this number 210 is in the third quadrant. So basically, you should know that this one will have a negative value. So how do you go about that? You just simply say 210 minus 180. 210 minus 180, you have 30. So invariably, you are looking for 30. So this one is, this sine 210 degree is equivalent to minus sine 30. So that your work will be simple. But from our previous diagram, sine 30 is what? So it means that this one, don't forget I told you it will be negative. It will be a negative value. This one is equivalent to this. Now, so but ordinarily sine 30 is what? Sine 30, sine is opposite, so here is the opposite. This is this. So invariably you are saying minus 1 over 2. So that is for sine 30. Please don't forget that this one is equivalent to this. Okay. So we'll continue our discussion. Next, you are asked to find cos 210. Don't forget that cos is positive in the fourth quadrant, but here is in the second quadrant, in the third quadrant, because it's 181 and above. This 210 fall within that range. So this one is now also equivalent to 210 minus 180. Whatever you have is 30. Okay, this 30, it means that cos 210, when we talk about equivalent, it's also equivalent to cos 30 degree. Cos minus cos 30 degree. And then our cos is simple here. Since here is the opposite, so here is the adjacent now. So root 3 all over 2 as we have done previously. So cos 210 is now equal to minus root 3 all over 2. That is why this and some other diagrams serve as a basics, as a kind of foundation for you to do well in what we are talking about. Okay, so that's that. Now we are done with that question. We can then solve the next. By that, we will do away with these facts. We do away with these facts. So call this number 4. Number 4. If you are given that, cos square theta plus 2 all over 8 is equals to sine square theta. Okay, just quickly as a quick reminder that cos square theta plus sine square theta is equals to 1. So it means that for sine square theta is equals to 1 minus cos square theta. So where you see sine square theta, you can replace it with this, that is the idea. So here I just come back and say cos square theta plus 2 all over 8 is equals to this one, 1 minus cos square theta. Okay, so if you check very well, cos square theta is common to both sides. So what you do is simple. You say cos square theta, theta plus cos square theta is equals to this one cross over this one, 1 minus 2 all over 8. And this one just like saying 1 cos square theta plus 1 cos square theta. So yeah, you have 2 cos square theta. Now, this one, I told you in one of our videos that when you are given something like, you just say 8 minus 2 is 6, and that is the answer. 6 all over 8. But for convenience, you can do it like this. You can do it as the LCM is 8. Now, 8 times 1 is 8 minus 2. Okay, so this is the method you usually know, but learn this new method. Just say this 8 minus this 2. You have 6, so 6 all over this. But now, that's not the consign. The consign is that here is cos square theta is equals to theta. Cos square theta is equals to, by reduction, can we reduce it to the lowest term? Here will be, reduce this by 2, here will be 3 all over 4. Okay, so what you do again is divide both sides by 2. Divide both sides by 2. Okay, so here will be cos square theta is equals to 3 all over 4 divided by 2 all over 1. Let's do it normally. So 3 all over 4 times 1 all over 2. So I have my 3 all over 8 here. 2 times this is 8. So cos square theta is equals to 8. But that is not what you are asked to do. So for you to get cos theta alone, we'll give you the root of 3 all over 8. Okay, so the root of 3 all over 8. If you check the root of 3 divided by 8, you see the same thing as cos theta is equals to root 6 all over 4. Okay, so just come back and as part of the solution for that, draw a little sketch of diagram like. So don't forget that here is adjacent. So we are saying root 3, root 6 here. Here is the hypotenuse. So for you to get this side, you need to square it. Square this root 6. Then you need to say 4 square minus root 6 all square. So here, don't forget, here is 16. Here is 6. 16, 6 is 10. The square root of 10 here becomes the square root of 10. So, invariably, if you are looking for tan theta at this point, tan is opposite all over adjacent. So tan theta is opposite with this one all over this one. So root 10 all over root 6. But rationalizing the denominator demand that you multiply. So root 10 times root 6 all over root 6 times root 6. Okay, so here is root 60 all over 6. Okay, so root 60 all over 6. That's that. So we have solved from number 1 to number 4. Let's take the next number, number 5. Number 5. The angle theta is this. You are asked to evaluate that. Okay, so if you are asked to evaluate cos 135, don't forget that in the first, this angle here fall in the second quadrant because it's within the ranges of 91 to 180. So, and then in the second quadrant, cos is negative. Don't forget all students T up. All students T up. Okay, so yeah, this one is also equivalent. When we talk about equivalent, it's also equivalent to cos 45 degree. Don't forget that 180 degree minus 135 is equals to 45. That is how we work it out. Okay, so yeah, when I come back, I can say that here is equivalent to this. Okay, and don't forget, in our previous diagram, you see that cos 45 actually is root 2 all over 2. So invariably, we can say that therefore cos 135 degree is equals to minus root 2 all over 2. And that is the answer of that. If you have not subscribed, do well to subscribe to our channel, Alternative Formula. Okay, so let's take up this part again so that we can solve the number 6 questions. Everything has to be touched. Everything has to be touched so that you get fully, you hear fully from us. Okay, so number 6 now. Okay, let's take down this part for our number 6. The whole number 6. Okay, number 6. Number 6 demand that. Okay, for at this point, we will just rewrite everything together. Cos square theta plus based on what you are given. So it's not a big deal. Okay, so all over sine square theta plus tan theta. Okay. Okay. Now, if we recall from what we just done there, cos 45 degrees is root 2 all over 2. And then if you have cos 60 degrees, come back to our diagram. Opposite, adjacent, this is the opposite now. So this is 1 over root 2. So here will be 1 over root 2. We are going. So if you come back and say this place is sine 45. Sine 45 degrees is root 2 all over 2. Don't forget that sine 45 degrees is equivalent to, is equal to or equivalent to, okay, is equal to cos 45 degrees. They are the same. And then don't forget that sine 90 degrees is equal to cos 0. They are the same. Don't also forget that cos sine 90 degrees is the same thing as sine 0. Okay, there are so many other equivalents I will give you as we progress. So combining these two, we just come back and say that here will be root 2 all over 2 all square. Following that, then here will be 1 all over root 2 all over root 2 all over 2 all square plus tan is opposite all over adjacent, and we are talking about tan 45. Tan 45 is always 1. Tan 45 is just like saying that sine 90 degrees is also equal to tan 45. All of them are the same. Please take note. Okay, so coming back to this point, if you square this, here will be 2 all over 4 plus 1 all over 2. Divide by 2 all over 4 plus 1. Okay, so here is 2 all over 4. The LCM here, because we are talking about addition, the LCM here 4 and 2, the LCM is 4. So 4 divided by this is 2, 1 times this. Okay, so 2 divided by 2 is 4, is 2. 2 times this is 2. Okay, so we then divide it by this one. This one is 1 over 1. The LCM here is 4. You bring down your 2 here. Because 4 divided by 4 is 1 times this. Okay, so 4 divided by 1 is 4. 4 plus 6, 2 plus 4 is 6. Okay, so this one, basically 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 divided by 4 is 1. So I can come back here and write 1 divided by, this plus this is 6. 6 all over 4. So here I have 1 divided by 1 times 4 all over 6. So here I can go, this times this give you 4 all over 6. So but by reduction here will be 2 all over 3. If you are joining us for the first time, please do well to subscribe and share our video. We will do more videos in subsequent classes. Please stay with us. Thank you.